very good morning to all my dear students of class 8. This is your teacher and your principal, Clayton David, sir. Today I will be explaining you the last part of chapter number 1, Geography, Representation of Geographical Features. As yesterday I had explained to you the different kinds of the settlement patterns, like you know that they are the 5 of the kinds of the settlement patterns. The first is the temporary settlement, the second is the permanent settlements, the third is the new slated settlements, the fourth is the dispersed settlements, and the fifth is the linear settlements. Today, I am going to explain to you the principles of map interpretation. The first thing is, what do you mean by interpretation? Interpretation means the explanation. So let us see the topographical maps which are present and which are before us. We can see that the information which is given of the area using the signs and symbols, with the help of which we can interpret and we can analyze the given map. We can see that the objective of a map interpretation is about to bring a relationship between the various features shown on the map. For example, the relationship between relief and drainage, relief and forested area, relief and land use, drainage and the settlement of the patterns. And we can also try to understand the various physical and man-made features which are analyzed and interpreted from a topographical sheet. And then we can see that there are many features of the principles of a topographical map. They are the physical features, the drainage features, the land use, the settlements. Then we can see transport and communication, occupations of the people. So these are the 6 points which I would like to explain to you right today. Let us see the physical features. The physical features of a topographical map indicates the help of the counter lines. You can take a note of the highest point and the lowest point of the map area, and these are usually indicated by spot heights or trigonometrical heights. The slope of the area is indicated by the direction of the flow of rivers of the area. And then we can see the spacing between the counter lines, which shows the steepness or gentleness of the slope. Then we see the drainage feature. Now, what do you mean by the drainage features? The direction of a flow of rivers on these maps is very, very clear. The indicators are very clear of the directions of different types of slopes. Like, for example, the waterfalls and rapids, they also relate to the slope of the land and the streams. And then we can see the presence of the tanks, the dry tanks, the perennial streams. The dry streams relate the climate of the area, and we also can understand that the wells, irrigation, dams and cultivated fields also indicates that they may be used for irrigation. So this is what we understand the drainage features. Then coming to the land use. Now, what do you mean by the land use? Land use is to find out the distribution of the cultivated lands in the area. Look out for the forested lands and the different parts of the maps they try to occupy. For example, the trees are the symbols would also be very able to indicate the climate, that is, for example, the widespread of the cactus and the palmia growing area probably experiences the low rainfall, while those areas which covers the dense vegetation receives high rainfall cultivated lands, or those of the areas which are near to the rivers are generally associated with areas with an absence of the counter lines. Then I will explain you the different kinds of settlements. So, I was saying about the settlements. Now, what do you mean by the settlements? Settlements, as we can understand, they are these identifications, they are small little groups, or the nucleated, isolated, or dispersed. Settlements are likely to be alone, isolated, or in small clusters on the hilltops or on the hill slopes, and they are very much dense on the plain areas near the rivers or near the wells. And also we can see this settlements is a very good source of water or near the roads. They belong to the linear patterns may be observed along the roads and rivers banks, which are dispersed, and they are found in the forested regions of India or in regions prone to the flood regions. Let us check the observation and the parts of the map where settlements are relatively absent. So, my dear children, settlements are none other than the isolated or dispersed groups. Then we see to the transport and the communication. This is one of the principles of map interpretation. Now, what are the types of the road distributed which are over the map area? Let us study the pattern of roads which are metalled or unmetalled. Where are the cart tracks? Where are the pack tracks and the footpaths? Which settlements do they also come? Let us see today. For example, railway lines are not be so frequently distributed as the roads. How many railway stations are there in the map area? Which is the most important station in the area? All such details are identified. So this is one of the principles of the map interpretation, which is the transport and communication. Then we see the occupations of the people. Now, when I talk about the occupations of the people, remember one thing, that it is also the principle of map interpretation. Now, occupations are directly indicated by the color of the map. Now, take for example, there are different types of color. If we talk about the land, so it may be ash color, or it may be, say for example, a little bit light ash. If we talk about the plants, the color will be green, or it may be brown. So, we can see that if there are large tracts of the cultivated lands, the dominated occupation, which is likely to be agriculture, and they support the presence of the different methods, the different types, the different ways of irrigation, of the kind of cultivation of the crops. So, we can see, for example, such as the wells, the tanks, the canals, rivers, seas, oceans, etc. And then we see the green forest areas. They would indicate the collection of forest, the products of forest, the collection of the firewood, leaves, fruits, nuts, etc. Mining is also one of the possible occupations where there are the quarries and mines. Large cities may have industries or the names of which will be printed on the map. So towns which are there, okay, may also be administrative centers. Please note this. This is a very, very important point. Towns also may be the administrative centers, and they provide employment in administration and related services. So this is the last point, one of the principles of map interpretation, which is the occupations of the people. So please note these points, and then I will come to a brief study of the topo sheets. Now my dear children, please pay attention to a brief study of the topo sheet. How can we do roughly and divide the topo sheet into different types of smaller manageable sections or quarters? Let us see through this beautiful picture which is given of each and every area with the help of the conventional signs and symbols. If you can see in the beautiful picture, you can see there are two halves. One is the study and one is the interpretation and analysis. Now what do you mean by analysis? Analysis means to think deeply, and interpretation means to explain with the accuracy. Let us see the study. Now what is the type of the area? Hilly, plain or otherwise. Now when you see it is hilly, plain or otherwise, you see that hilly in the eastern part, plain in the northeast or northwest and western part. Then we see what is the lowest and the highest parts in the map area. The lowest in the northwest is 263 meter, and the highest in the eastern part is 1023 meter. The lowest part is also indicated by the fact that the two streams flow in that particular direction. Then we see what is the counter interval of the topo sheet. The counter interval is only 20 meter. Then we see, is there any notable features of relief? The presence of the narrow, long plain along the streams. Then what are the natural features visible on the map area? They are steep slopes, gentle slopes, streams, broken ground, dream stream, okay, or you can say beds, rock, outcrops, causeways, dry tanks and rock. Then we see what are the man-made features which can be seen in the map area. The man-made features which can be seen in the map area are the settlement permanent and temporary. Like for example, there is a temple, there is a police, okay, chowki, there are metal roads, cart track, dry tank with embankment, perennial lime wells. Then we see what are the different types of vegetation you can see. Fairly dense, mixed jungle, open mixed jungle, dense mixed jungle with bamboo and open scrub. So these are the different types of vegetation which we can see. Then there is another question. Do you see any kind of perennial water feature? Yes. Perennial lime wells are there on the topo sheet or on the topo maps. What indicates that the area receives seasonal rain? Dry streams, dry tanks, cart, track, motorable in the dry season. These are the things which indicates that the area receives seasonal rain. Which is the largest settlement? What type is it? Now we can see the largest settlement is the Dhauli. And what type is it? It is the linear settlement. So we come to this, okay, the brief study. We have seen a brief study of the topo sheets, of the explanation of the interpretation of the topo sheet. Now we see the topographical maps. So if you see in my PPT, you can see that there is a topographical map which I have attached, and just see that there are man-made features and natural features. Now if we see to the man-made features, there are settlements. Now settlements are four types are there: temporary and permanent, nucleated, dispersed and linear. Then we see land use, occupations and cultural features. When we come to natural features, we see there are different types of water bodies, vegetation types, relief. When we come to relief, we see three types of relief are there, that is shape, height and slope. With this, I come to an end of the chapter of your geography, of chapter number 1, representation of geographical features. And with this, I end my class, and I will be giving you all the exercises by tomorrow. So stay safe, stay happy, and God bless.